Hello Gemini, and welcome to my channel. My name is Peace. I'm with the Footsteps to Peace. I'm a psychic astrologer and an intuitive life coach. If you are interested in a personal reading, please feel free to check the description box down below. There you'll find the link to my website, thefootstepstopeace.com. Also, like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And hit that notification bell so you can be updated the next time I post a video. All right, as the overall energy, you got just like Libra, so some of you could be very well connected to a Libra or have Libra in your chart. A new romantic cycle begins, okay? You look at the bigger picture. You got work through your fears, and you also got a time for healing. All right, Gemini. So it's time for you to look at the bigger picture when it comes to your relationships, every relationship in your life. And I feel like it's time for you to really aim high. It's time for you to look at your philosophy when it comes to the relationships in your life. This is not just, and my nose is going freaking haywire right now all of a sudden. So I feel like it's like time for you to really look at the bigger picture of all the relationships in your life and ask yourself if there is balance, if there is any type of harmony as well. For some of you, you're definitely dealing with some type of legalities, Gemini, and things coming, to the end. And I feel like it's time for you to heal after all of this. There is an ending here, and I think that you need to work through whatever negative thought process or any of those types of things that are coming up. I think that it's time for you to gain a different perspective when it comes to, just the boogeyman who comes up. And we do have a full moon in Virgo coming up this weekend, so that could also bring up a lot of your fears, and it could also bring up a lot of things that you need to clear out and things that you need to get rid of. Okay, so, and I do feel, Gemini, it's time for you to aim high. If you are a single Gemini, I would definitely say, if you have had a type, it's time for you to look at the type that you've had, because obviously the common denominator in the rises and falls in your relationship is you. So if you continue down the road with a type of person, I feel like it's time for you to ask yourself what it is that you're attracted to these individuals and why it is that it's not working out. Okay, that's like a whole nother side note for you Geminis, okay? So with that said, Gemini, Spirit, please show me the Gemini. What messages, what guidance do we have for Gemini? Spirit, please show me Gemini. What messages, what guidance do we have for Gemini? Okay, so we have the Two of Wands. We have the Five of Pentacles. We have the King of Wands, Gemini. Spirit, please show me. Please show me messages for Gemini for the week of February 25th through the 3rd. February, okay, there we have the Hermit. So for some of you, you could be dealing with a Libra, a Saggitarius, a Scorpio, a Virgo. All right, Spirit, please show me the Eight of Pentacles. And there's that Mercury in Virgo. Okay, 10 of Cups. So Chariot in the reverse. You gotta let something go, Gemini. You gotta let something go so you can move ahead. And Fool, yeah, and maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's you and your significant other, maybe it's the Sagittarius, and maybe you're afraid. It's time for you to end that relationship, and I'm kidding with the Sagittarius. Also a Cancer. Okay, so the Four of Swords is your overall energy. This is like lurking in the background. I don't know if this is you or someone else who's like lurking in the background watching somebody from the shadows, but Gemini, enough is enough, okay? Quit it with the stalking, quit it with the bullshit, because it can be an obsession. That's what Scorpio is all about, is an obsession. And the fact that it's sitting over the Hermit, it could be with a Virgo. Maybe you're obsessed over a Virgo. There's always this Virgo Gemini correlation and they cannot stand each other. And most Virgos and Geminis have an ex of sorts, okay? And I know I'm a Virgo and I had an ex-husband who's a Gemini. So there's always this correlation between the two, and they end up just fucking hating each other. You see that all the time. They ended up just hating each other, and it's like, it's like constant jab, and it's like you think that you're getting the upper hand, Gemini, or this other person does. And here's the deal, they're not. And here is the funnier part. It's going into the past. Somebody here is moving away from this scenario. The outcome is the Fool. It's like they're going off onto their own journey, and I suggest you do too. You know, you guys used to be a match, and now you are no longer a match. There's a lot of things that are separating between the two of you. It's like maybe you guys did have this happy home life, happy family, and maybe you're hoping to hold on to someone, but at the same time, you're being asked to move on. The thing is you're just keeping yourself stuck in this wheel, and you're not happy with it. So I feel like you just need to move on. Your challenge is coming out from out of the cold. And maybe your challenge is cutting it out with the whole lack mentality of you don't have enough, you don't have enough money. Get your ass out there and work for it. Quit going off of somebody else's money, okay? You got this. Maybe what it is too is maybe your car is broken down, maybe for some of you. Or maybe you're a car salesman and you're not selling any cars, okay? It's like you're working your fucking ass off and you're not being able to sell anything. And maybe it's the reason why Spirit is doing that is because it's time for you to like take off and do another career. I don't know why the fuck I got that, but I did. Okay, so with the Four of Wands as the the past energy, this is about happy home life, moving in, celebrations, excitement, maybe marriage, all of those things. You've got two fours here that has to do with home and family and all those things, but at the same time it can be stagnancy because you're not really doing anything else. So if it's like if you're separated from your family, like what do you really have, in general? Like what do you have to go off of? You're just stagnant. Yeah, you got your friends, but you got to add something more. There's 12 houses to a zodiac, and each house has a vibration to it. And it's like people think that they can just like jump over one of the houses in the zodiac, and you can't. You actually have to keep every single one of those afloat. And you're going to you can't just focus on one area of your life, all your friends and all your work and all your significant other, but you don't want to go through the healing, and then you have a significant other that you don't want to make love to. It's just like a business relationship. Guess what? 8th house of Scorpio is sex. So you need to have that type of deep intimacy, the penetration of the body, all those things, and like healing through that, the sexual art. And I don't know why I'm getting that, but I definitely am. So I feel like, and there has to be passion. There has to be love. This guy's just sitting here with his what in his hand, and that's not going to fly because at the end of the day someone here feels left out. So I do want to say working on your family, I feel like it's time, all work and no play. It's like the Gemini I was married to, he worked all the time. It was like he was working back to back to back to back to back to back to back. And then when he would come home, he didn't want anything to do with the family. He'd sit in the bathroom for hours reading a damn book. And it was like, what the hell am I married to? So that's what ended up, our whole demise was one of those was based off of that. And so it's like all work and no play. You don't want to go on a trip. You don't want to go do things. You don't want to spend time with the family. So on the outside, it looks like everything's great because you got a lot of money and you've got money in the bank, but really when it comes right down to it, you're cold as ice. The relationship is cold as ice. So it's like now a decision needs to be made. Where is it that you are going to feel most stable, and what is going to bring back some excitement in your life? Because the wands, you got wands here, wands here, wands here, wands here, and it's like you need to bring some excitement. And you got fire here with the Sagittarian card. It's like there needs to be some type of travel. There needs to be some type of excitement. It's like you need to change your focus, Gemini. You need to change your focus and get back to the things that really actually matter and the things that have some type of substance in them. Okay? And it's like, letting go of always waiting for the boogeyman who's lurking in the background that probably never shows up either. It's just you're making shit up in your head. Why is the Chariot in the reverse? 3 of Pentacles, 6 of Swords, and the Hanged Man. It's like you need to start seeing things from a different perspective and start taking back the reins of your life, Gemini. It's like, really do your research and really rethink and start, maybe it's time you go and talk to a counselor so that they can help you move into these, calmer waters. The thing is you're sitting in some choppy ass waters, and maybe you need to find new transportation as well, because we've got a boat here and now we've got a car in the reverse, right? needing to see things from a different perspective. I feel like there's no victory without sacrifice, and I think that you need to sacrifice this battle, because the Chariot goes into a battle, and for a lot of you, it's a battle with your family, and it's like, all these head and heart decisions that need to be made. I do feel like it's time that you take a leap of faith and start going into things that are new. Use your intuition and, persevere, and stop looking back at the past. Stop glorifying the past. I feel like you need to gain the wisdom from the past, and maybe you need to find some type of healing when it comes to your past, especially with the star here. It's like maybe you've been so focused that you need to bring back love back into the situation, and instead you have this mental prison. It's like Geminis, you're of two minds, and I feel like you need to look at your relationships in general and ask yourself, are these relationships going to bring in any substance? Is there somebody in the past who has been judged wrongly, and where can I heal from this situation, and how can I allow this situation to heal? The King of Wands, he can be very smug, but I feel like, it's like he's very secretive, and I almost feel like for a lot of you, this is, well, it can either be you or somebody that you're dealing with, but a judgment has been made, and I did say I feel like somebody has been wrongly judged, okay? And I think, again, this is about your ships coming in, and some type of a reconciliation, even if it's reconciling the emotions you feel towards it, because there is a lot of emotion here, and I think that you keep it hidden, Gemini, behind this fucked up persona that you guys kind of put out there, is like, oh, everything's great, everything's grand. Is it? Because I don't think that it is, okay? I don't think that you're really being honest, because there can be deception when it comes to the moon, all right? And there is an error of deception here. I can't help it. Yes, I don't have the devil here, but I do have the Scorpio here, which is like, again, there's that obsession. And I feel like there is some type of an obsession with somebody that you just either, like I said, you or the other person, twist it, flip it, however you will, but there is some error of deception and obsession here. 10 of Cups is Justice, 3 of Cups, and the King of Cups. I do want to say that there needs to be balance brought back in, and I feel like there's some type of celebration, some endings, some completions, and maybe there is an ending when it comes to this relationship. You are done legally when it comes to a relationship, and I think that for a lot of you Geminis, you think that you won, but again, there's no winners in this game, especially when you're sitting here still lurking in the background. Or somebody is still lurking in the background going, how can I get them next? Like, it's kind of a disgusting way of looking at life. And I think that, again, decisions need to be made, and you need to really change the trajectory of what you're looking at and how you're looking at life, because you really need to look at the bigger picture and what you've been wasting your time, energies, and efforts on. And if this has to do with court, if it has to do with, back and forth in court and all that kind of shit, it's time for you to heal. It's time for you to let that part of your life go. It's time for you to move on. And it's time for you to really get excited about what life has to offer. Again, it's asking you to look at the bigger picture. Stop looking at life through the old set of eyes, everybody is out to get me, and, I'm going to get them first. And, really work on, your relationship with yourself. Yeah, codependencies, trying to stick yourself to someone else. And maybe for some of you, you do have an addiction issue. Maybe, again, there's the obsession, addictions, all of those things matter. So addictions are a factor in your romantic life. Funny enough, your alcoholism, for a lot of you, if you are in any type of drugs or alcohol, or, trying to be codependent on somebody else's money, somebody is cutting you off. Somebody is just done. They moved across the world to get away from you, okay? They're done. And so I feel like they're freezing you out, okay? They're definitely freezing you out, and they're not willing to go any further, or vice versa, okay? So addictions are affecting your romantic life, and maybe you're addicted to an ex, and it's time for you to put your relationship back together of the person that you're with, and put more of your focus there instead of your focus on, the other party or someone else that got away, and how you can try and make their life miserable, or how they can make your life miserable. That's what the Hermit is all about, is, gaining the wisdom from the past. Give your relationship, that's what I'm saying. So if you're in a relationship, I think that you need to focus more on your relationship instead of focusing on, how you can, hurt other people. And I'm sorry, but I know that I'm talking to a few of the people that I've done readings for lately. Yeah, clearly, okay, very soon and new love. Very clearly decide what you want so that it can come to you now. You know, attraction is you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So I feel like you need to get back to who you are, get back to the things that you love in life. I think it's time for you to clean up your life, clean up your act, clean up your, you know, whatever it is that you're doing. Quit it with the drinking and, the shit that just alcohol and depression don't mix, okay? It just doesn't mix. It's time for you to be willing to take a leap of faith. Use your intuition. Stop looking back at the past and crying over spilt milk and the things that didn't work out. And I feel like it's just time for you to move on, Gemini. That's the whole ending of this message. Time for you to be willing to take a leap of faith and go into unknown territory so that you can meet new people, heal, and it's going to be people that are going to help you heal and maybe help you heal your addictions. So if you can just decide that what you want so that it can come to you, positive or negative, it's the law of attraction. So you need to decide on what it is that you're bringing into your own sphere. Anyway, Gemini, I hope you have a beautiful week, and I will see you again soon. Take care.